You need just under 10 minutes to make this fiber-rich, healthy meal, an ideal meal for bachelors, PG students, working women who does not have much time to spare in those busy mornings. This healthy breakfast is ideal for those who are on a weight loss journey, who are trying to include gluten-free meals in their diet, and for those who are trying to include healthy whole grains in their diet as well. So without wasting much time, let's quickly dive into the recipe. To make this instant, quick and easy, healthy and fiber-rich breakfast recipe, I have already grated half of a cucumber, 2 green chilies finely chopped. You can increase or decrease green chilies to suit your taste. 1 medium-sized carrot grated, half of an onion chopped, and a small handful of coriander leaves which I have finely chopped. Into a bowl, I am adding in the grated cucumber, green chilies, carrot, chopped coriander leaves, and onion, finely chopped onion. Into this I am adding in half cup of Jowar atta. So I am using organic Jowar flour. Add in pink Himalayan salt as needed. 1/4 teaspoon ajwain, also known as carom seeds. So I am just adding the ajwain into my palm and I am crushing it before I am adding it so that the flavors are released. Next I am adding in 1/4 teaspoon jeera, also known as cumin seeds. Ajwain and jeera helps with digestion and also will give a nice flavor to the masala jawar roti. I am adding in half teaspoon turmeric powder to help boost your immunity and 1/3 teaspoon freshly ground black pepper powder. Black pepper powder helps to absorb turmeric faster into your body. So whenever you are using turmeric in a recipe, try to include black pepper powder along with turmeric for better absorption of turmeric. And now with my hands, I am just mixing all this up. So there is some moisture in the cucumber and in the grated carrot. So you may not need much water to make this into a spreadable dough consistency. So as you can see, the moisture has released out from the grated cucumber and the grated carrot. So I'm just adding in about 3 tablespoons or 1/4 cup of water. Little by little. Add the water little by little. So I added 1/4 cup of water and the batter should be of spreadable consistency. So this is how it should be. It should neither be too thick nor too thin. It should be of spreadable consistency like this. You should be able to spread the batter with your fingers. Now I'm going to show you a quick and easy trick to spread the jawar roti on the tawa. So I'm placing my cast iron tawa on the stove top. Try to cook at least one of your meal in a cast iron cookware, as cast iron cookware helps in better iron absorption. So if you have iron deficiency anemia, at least one of your meal should be cooked in a cast iron cookware. And make sure that you're using a well seasoned cast iron tawa. So I have not heated the cast iron tawa, and without heating the cast iron tawa, I'm drizzling in about half teaspoon of desi ghee. Now instead of desi ghee, you can also use wood pressed groundnut oil or mustard oil or any locally available wood pressed oil of your choice. Remember that wood pressed oils has a very neutral flavor and taste. And now just spread the desi ghee all over the cast iron tawa. And I'm dividing the dough into 2. So I'm just taking 1/2 of the dough, lightly roll it in my hand like this and place it on the tawa. Next I'm dipping my fingers in water and I'm spreading it out into a round roti. So I'm trying to make it into a slightly thinner round roti. Now the best thing about jowar is that it's a summer grain. It helps to cool your body. It's rich in protein and fiber. It's a millet and it's completely gluten free. So I have spread it out into a circle and I'm just going to make a small indentation or a hole in the center. And now I'm going to turn on the gas stove and place the cast iron tawa on the stove top. Okay, now the tawa has heated, so I'm drizzling in a little bit of desi ghee in the middle and on top, about half teaspoon of desi ghee, and I'm going to cover it and let it cook on low flame for about 2 minutes or so. So it's about 2 minutes. And some of you had asked me why you need to make a small indentation in the middle. So this is actually to help the oil or desi ghee to disperse evenly underneath the roti, and also it will help to release the steam and thus it helps in even cooking. So I'm going to turn it over, and like I mentioned, I am using a well seasoned cast iron tawa. Just flip it over. And after about 2 minutes, the roti is ready and you can remove it to a plate. Now to make the second masala roti, obviously the tawa will be hot, and since it's a cast iron tawa, it takes longer time to cool down as well. So what I generally do is, so I have a wet cotton napkin and I'm placing the dough in the middle of the napkin and I'm flattening it just the way I flattened the previous masala roti on the tawa. And if the batter is sticking, you can just wet your fingers and flatten it out. Tawa is heated and I'm just lightly greasing it tawa. You can also use a paper napkin to do this. I'm using a homemade potli. I've already shared how to make this potli in a previous video. I will leave the link in the description box below just in case you want to know how to make this potli. And now I'm placing the napkin roti side down on the hot tawa. Reduce the flame to the lowest before adding. And just leave it for about 30 seconds. Remember, the flame is on the lowest, and carefully remove the wet napkin. With a spoon, I'm just making a small indentation in the middle. Drizzle a little bit of desi ghee or any wood pressed oil of your choice. Cover and let it cook. Let's check on after about 2 minutes. Flip it over and let it cook for another 2 minutes. After another 2 minutes, flip it over again and the second jowar masala roti is ready to serve. The best thing about this masala jowar roti is that you don't need any side dish with this. You can easily enjoy this with any homemade pickle of your choice. So I'm serving homemade lemon pickle which I made with my homemade organic coconut vinegar. If you're interested to check the recipe out, I have shared this on my Insta highlights. You can go to my Insta page and search on my highlights to see how I made this homemade lemon pickle with my homemade organic coconut vinegar. Now pickles are a good source of probiotics if made in the traditional way, and my pickle stays good for many months at room temperature. A lot of you also have concerns about using desi ghee. Desi ghee helps to absorb fat soluble vitamins like vitamin A, K, E and D. If you try this recipe, please do send me pictures on Facebook and on Instagram. Don't forget to like, comment and share this video with family and friends. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I'm Nisha Homi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing 5 healthy breakfast recipes which you can include in your weight loss journey. These recipes are easy to make and made with easily available inexpensive ingredients. These healthy breakfast recipes will give you an idea how to eat healthy, especially if you have health issues like thyroid, PCOS and diabetes. This video is slightly longer as it has 5 healthy recipes along with its health benefits. So please make sure that you watch the video till the very end. So without wasting much time, let's get started with the recipe. Now to make ragi idli, I'm lightly greasing the idli molds with gingerly oil. So I'm just adding in a little bit of gingerly oil and I'm greasing it with the help of a tissue paper. The ragi idli batter is soft and airy. It has fermented really well. You can make very soft ragi idlis with this batter. I have already shared the recipe. The recipe link will be updated below this video. Please do check it out. So I'm preparing this to make lemon pickle. I have lightly steamed 20 lemon in a steamer, and then once it has cooled down, I sliced them and sprinkled pink Himalayan salt on top, and I kept it overnight. So today morning what I did was I just added about 1 cup of homemade coconut vinegar. So this is the vinegar which I have used in this recipe. This is homemade coconut vinegar. I have already shared how to make coconut vinegar at home. The recipe links will be updated in the description box below, or you can search YouTube coconut vinegar skinny recipes. What I'll be doing next is I'll be making the masala, and then once the masala has cooled down, I'll be mixing this into the lemon mix. I've already shared how to make traditional pickle with mango on my YouTube channel, and I have also shared on my Instagram how to make a lemon pickle. You can just go to my Instagram page and I have highlighted this particular recipe. So you can just check this out on my Instagram page. Since many of you guys had asked me how to make a traditional pickle, I'm just showing you this is how I make. I'll be using very little gingerly oil to make the masala. I keep the pickle at room temperature and it will stay good for about 2 to 3 months. Now for the idli, I'm making coconut chutney also along with sambar. So I have finished grating the coconut and I'll be using half of this to make curry leaves coconut chutney. So while the ragi idli is getting steamed, I'm making the coconut curry leaves chutney, and for that I have grated some fresh coconut and I'll be using half of this coconut mix. 2 handfuls of the freshly grated coconut. Now into this I'm adding in fresh curry leaves, about 4 to 5 sprigs of fresh curry leaves. Now the reason I always try to include curry leaves in my recipes is that they're rich in iron and folate. So women who have iron deficiency anemia should try to include curry leaves in their diet. Plus it's also good for your skin, for your hair. Now into this I'm adding in 2 green chilies. You can add in green chilies to suit your taste. 4 to 5 shallots. I also prefer to use shallots more in my recipes than onion, as shallots are also rich in iron, folate and antioxidants. Add in pink Himalayan salt as needed, and I'll be adding in little water, and then I'll be grinding this into a chutney. Okay, now my coconut chutney is ready. Now you can give a tadka with red chilies, shallots, mustard seeds and curry leaves. But today I am omitting the tadka. It is ideal not to heat the coconut chutney to keep the nutrients intact. So the ragi idli is nicely steamed and I'm sprinkling in little water. And my healthy breakfast is ready to serve. So yesterday night I made the lemon pickle. I made a pickle masala and added to the lemon, which was soaked in vinegar and pink Himalayan salt. And now this pickle will keep good at room temperature for about 1 to 2 months or maybe even longer. I'm making ragi set dosa. Dosa tawa is already heated. So I've reduced the flame to the lowest and then I'm just greasing it with gingerly oil. Pouring in 2 ladlefuls of the ragi idli batter. With this idli batter you can also make dosas, paniyarams. So this is a slightly thick dosa covered with the lid. and allow it to cook on medium-low flame. After about a minute, just open the lid and I'm drizzling in little bit of virgin coconut oil. Virgin coconut oil is one of the best, healthiest fats. Now if you don't prefer virgin coconut oil, you can use desi ghee. And now I'm going to flip this over. And let it cook for about 50 seconds or so. Once done, serve it to a plate. And I'm serving the ragi set dosa with curry leaves coconut chutney and homemade lemon pickle made in the traditional way. Now pickles when made in the traditional way is a good source of healthy probiotic gut friendly bacteria. I have already roughly chopped one tomato, a small handful of small shallots. Now if you are using big shallots, you can use about 5 shallots, or you can use 1/4 of an onion, half of a medium sized carrot which I have roughly chopped. I am adding all the roughly chopped vegetables into my chutney grinder and I am going to grind this coarsely. Now if you don't have access to a chutney grinder, you can of course grate all the ingredients and add into the chilla batter. So I am going to coarsely grind this. So I pulsed this a couple of times and it is coarsely ground. Now if you want, you can add green chilies into this, but I prefer to add finely chopped green chilies into the besan batter. Into a large bowl, I am adding in half cup of besan flour. Into this, I am adding in 1/4 teaspoon Kashmiri chili powder. Kashmiri chili powder has less heat compared to ordinary chili powder, so adjust Kashmiri chili powder to suit your taste. Half teaspoon turmeric powder, 1/3 teaspoon ajwain. Now when you are adding ajwain, just lightly crush and add the ajwain so that the flavors are released. Half teaspoon freshly ground black pepper powder. Adding black pepper helps to absorb turmeric faster into your body. Half teaspoon jeera, also known as cumin seeds. 1/4 teaspoon hing, also known as kayam in Malayalam. For those who have digestive issues when consuming besan, try not to omit ajwain, jeera and hing. These 3 spices will help to balance your digestive issues, so try not to omit it. Now adding the grated or coarsely ground vegetables. I have finely chopped 1 green chilli and I am also finely chopping a handful of coriander leaves. Add the finely chopped coriander leaves and the green chilli. Adding pink Himalayan salt as needed. I am measuring half cup of water and I am adding half of the water first and mixing the batter. So this is a very quick and easy breakfast which I make often, especially when I don't have any dosa or idli batter. So I've added 1/4 cup of water and I'm adding in another tablespoon of water. So I'm adding in another tablespoon water. So altogether 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoon water. Water quantity will also depend on the type of besan you are using. So add water accordingly. So this is the consistency. The batter is neither too thick nor too thin. It's of pourable consistency. I'm going to rest the batter for about a minute or 2 and then I'll start making the chillas. Heat a cast iron pan and grease it with gingerly oil. Pour 1 to 2 small ladleful of the besan chilla batter and spread it out as thinly as possible. Drizzle in 1 teaspoon wood pressed groundnut oil. Cover and let it cook on low flame. After about a minute, open the lid and carefully flip the chilla over. Now make sure your cast iron tawa is well seasoned, otherwise the besan chilla may stick to the tawa. So make sure that you have seasoned it really well before making this. Also note that cooking in a cast iron pan helps in better iron absorption. So if you have iron deficiency anemia, try to cook at least one of your meal in a cast iron cookware. After about a minute, flip it over and serve to a plate. Repeat the same thing with the rest of the batter and then spread it out. Drizzle in 1 teaspoon wood pressed groundnut oil. Cover and let it cook on low flame. And my quick and easy, high protein, healthy and instant besan chilla is ready to serve. Today I am sharing a quick and instant kapli wheat dosa recipe. This kapli dosa is a quick and easy and instant dosa recipe which you can make in just under 10 minutes. For those who are new to kapli, kapli wheat is an ancient variety of wheat grain which has very less gluten and is high in fiber when compared to modern processed wheat. Because of the high fiber in kapli wheat, it will help to keep you feel fuller for a longer time, and thus it helps in your weight loss journey. Kapli wheat also has many health benefits. I have already shared a detailed video along with its health benefits. Please do check it out to understand more. So without wasting much time, let's get started with the recipe. To make instant kapli wheat dosa, into a large bowl, I am adding in half cup of kapli wheat flour. Into this, I am adding in 1.5 tablespoon of roasted brown rice flour. Add in 1 tablespoon roasted rava. Add in pink Himalayan salt as needed. Now give this all a mix. And then add in water. So I am measuring half cup of water and then I am slowly adding the water little by little. Again I am measuring another half cup of water and adding it little by little. Adding the rest of the water and mix well. Make sure that you mix it really well so that there are no lumps. Okay, now the batter is nicely mixed and there are no lumps. So this is the consistency of the batter. It should neither be too thick nor too thin. I'm going to keep this aside for 5 minutes. Okay, now the batter is ready. It has been resting for 5 minutes and there are no lumps as you can see. And the batter is of pourable consistency. So now I'm going to make the kapli dosa. Heat a cast iron dosa tawa and grease it with gingerly oil. Reduce the flame to the lowest and pour in 2 ladlefuls of the kapli dosa batter. And spread it out as thinly as possible. Drizzle in 1 teaspoon wood pressed coconut oil. Now instead of wood pressed coconut oil, you can use any unrefined or wood pressed oil from the place you live in, like mustard oil, groundnut oil or even til oil. And allow the dosa to cook on low flame for about a minute. Once done, carefully flip it over. Now make sure that you're using a well seasoned cast iron tawa. and let it cook on low flame for about a minute. Once done, remove to a plate. Quick and easy instant Kappalari wheat dosa is ready to serve. Enjoy Kappalari wheat dosa with sambar, chutney or any side dish of your choice. Today I am sharing an instant, healthy and easy, high fiber and nutrient dense akki roti, also known as rice roti. This rice roti can be made in just under 10 minutes. Super easy to make and filling. So let's get started with the recipe. Into my chutney grinder, adding in 2 sprigs of curry leaves, 1 green chilli. Green chilli you can increase or decrease to suit your taste. A handful of shallots for that extra iron and folate. Now instead of shallots, you can also use 1/4 of an onion. Half of a medium sized tomato. I'm just roughly chopping and adding. Half of a cucumber which I have peeled. This also I am roughly chopping and adding. Half of a carrot. This also I am roughly chopping and adding. And to make it more nutrient dense and fiber rich, I am adding in a handful of chopped green amaranth. So in Malayalam we call this as pacha chira. Add in pink Himalayan salt as needed. Half teaspoon of turmeric powder. 1/4 teaspoon freshly ground black pepper powder to help the turmeric absorb faster into your body. And now I'm going to coarsely grind all this. Okay, now all the ingredients are roughly ground. Now into another bowl, I'm adding in all the ground ingredients. 1 tablespoon coconut, freshly grated coconut. 1/4 cup brown rice flour. In Kerala we call this as matta pachiri. Now if you can't find this rice flour, you can use ordinary roasted rice flour. So I'm adding in 1/4 cup of roasted brown rice flour. Half teaspoon jeera. A little extra pink Himalayan salt or as needed. And now I'm going to mix all this. You don't need to add any water because the moisture from the green amaranth and the cucumber is enough to mix the rice flour. So I have not added any extra water. Now I am using wood pressed coconut oil to make this recipe. You can use any unrefined wood pressed oil from the place you live in, like locally sourced oils like groundnut oil, mustard oil, till oil, or you can even use desi ghee. So I have not heated my cast iron pan, and before heating the cast iron pan I am adding in 1 teaspoon wood pressed coconut oil. And now with my fingers I am just lightly spreading the oil all over the cast iron tawa. And my fingers just have some residue oil. And now I have divided the mix into half. So I am taking half of the portion and placing it in the middle of the tawa. And I am spreading it into a round thin roti. Now remember, the tawa is not yet heated. And once it is nicely spread, just make a small hole in the middle. And now turn on the flame. And allow the cast iron tawa to get heated up. Once the tawa starts to get heated up, drizzle in little bit of wood pressed coconut oil in the middle and all over the rice roti. Now reduce the flame to the lowest, cover and let it cook on low flame for about a minute or 2. So open the lid and carefully flip it over. Also make sure to use a well seasoned cast iron tawa so that the roti does not stick to the tawa. Now the reason why I always include healthy fats like desi ghee or wood pressed coconut oil or wood pressed groundnut oil in my recipes is that healthy fats helps to assimilate vitamins like vitamin A, K, E and D and other essential nutrients into our body. So if you have a vitamin D deficiency, make sure you include some form of healthy fat in your diet. Wood pressed oils are extracted at a lower temperature and therefore the fatty acids, vitamins and other nutrients stays intact. So this is crucial for people with health issues like diabetes, thyroid and PCOS. So always try to include wood pressed good quality healthy fats in your diet. And after about a minute, the roti is ready to serve. Serve this healthy and nutrient dense rice roti with homemade pickle or any side dish of your choice. So guys, do try these healthy recipes and let me know how it turned out. Don't forget to like, comment and share this video with family and friends. Thank you for watching and until next time, take care. Bye-bye. Foxtail millet, also known as thinna in Malayalam, is a diabetic-friendly, highly nutritious, non-glutinous and non-acid-forming food. It is rich in dietary fiber, protein and low in fat. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and today I'm sharing an instant, healthy, high-protein weight loss dosha recipe for dinner. This recipe is easy to make and filling, perfect for office goers and bachelors. All you have to do is soak the dals and millet in water before you go to work, and once you get home, grind the ingredients and your healthy high protein dosha batter is ready. This ground dosha batter will stay good in the fridge for up to 4 days, and yes, you can also make ahead the batter in the weekend and store in the fridge. Foxtail millets helps to reduce cholesterol, lowers blood sugar levels, and the best part is it helps to speed up your metabolism. Foxtail millet has low glycemic index which helps to keep you feel satiated and reduces hunger pangs. So let's get started with the dosha recipe. I'm using parboiled foxtail millet in this recipe and this is how it looks. To measure the ingredients, I'm using this small cup which came along with my rice cooker. Into a bowl, add in 1 cup foxtail millet, 2 tablespoons urad dal with the skin, also known as black dal, and if you're using ordinary urad dal, use 1.5 tablespoons. Half cup channa dal, also known as kadala parippu in Malayalam. Half cup yellow moong dal. You can also use tur dal instead, but I prefer to use yellow moong dal as it is more nutritious. Yellow moong dal is also known as cheruvayar parippu in Malayalam. And lastly, add in half teaspoon methi seeds. Pour in enough water to cover the dals and let it soak for 2 to 3 hours. So once the dals and the millet are nicely soaked, I'm just rubbing it with my fingers and then straining the water. Rinse again and do this 3 to 4 times or until the water is nice and clear. Now strain the dals and add into the blender jar of your mixie. Add in enough water, that is about 3/4 cup of water, 5 whole red chilies, 1/3 teaspoon pink Himalayan salt, 1/4 teaspoon jeera, 1/4 teaspoon hing, also known as kayam in Malayalam, and lastly add in 4 tablespoons grated coconut. Grind all this well and pour the grinded batter to a bowl, and you can see that the batter is thick. So I am adding in little water into the blender and then pour it into the batter. The batter should neither be too thick nor too thin. It should be of pourable consistency. Keep this batter to rest for about 10 minutes and then you can start making doshas. You can also keep this for 2 to 3 hours to ferment. But it will not ferment and rise up like ordinary idli batter, but the batter will become slightly thick. Now to make foxtail millet doshas, grease an iron dosha tawa with gingerly oil and pour in 1.5 ladleful of the batter and then spread it out thinly. Reduce the flame to medium. Drizzle in 1/4 teaspoon desi ghee. The addition of ghee helps in the absorption of vitamins like A, K, E and D. So do not skip adding ghee. I have already shared a video on the health benefits of ghee. The links will be updated in the description box below, so please do check it out. Now if you like both the sides of your dosha being cooked, you can flip it to the other side and then serve with sambar or chutney of your choice. Today I am serving with sambar and homemade pickle. This dosha can be had for breakfast, lunch or dinner. It's very healthy, filling and protein. Today I am sharing an instant ragi dosha which does not need any fermentation. This crispy and tasty instant ragi neer dosa can be made in just under 5 minutes. A perfect, quick and easy breakfast on those busy mornings for the whole family. So without wasting much time, let's get started with the recipe. Into a bowl, add in 1/3 cup ragi flour and into the same cup, measure 1/3 cup of water and add into the bowl. Add in half teaspoon pink Himalayan salt or as needed. Now with a whisk, mix it really well so that there are no lumps. Again measure another 1/3 cup water and add and mix well. Since we are making neer dosa, the batter should be of watery consistency. That is, there should be more of water than ordinary dosa batter. And mix the batter very well and allow it to rest for about 3 to 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, you can see that the ragi flour has settled down. Mix it really well again and also make sure that there are no lumps. Now to make the instant dosa, heat a cast iron dosa tawa and grease it with gingerly oil. And guys, if you're a regular on my channel, then you know I always recommend cooking in iron cookware for better iron absorption. So if you have iron deficiency anemia, try to use an iron cookware in your daily cooking. Just before pouring the dosa batter, you need to mix it really well. So you have to remember to mix it really well each time before you pour in the dosa. Now reduce the flame to the lowest and pour 1 ladleful of the batter towards the sides of the tawa and then pour another ladleful in the middle and fill the tawa with the batter. Now remember to keep the flame on medium-low. Drizzle in half teaspoon desi ghee. I prefer to use desi ghee in my recipes as it helps in the assimilation of vitamins and minerals. So when you are using grains like ragi, try to use desi ghee for better nutrient absorption. So do not skip using ghee, especially if you have health issues like PCOS and diabetes. Now cover it with the lid and let it cook on low flame for about 2 to 3 minutes. And after 3 minutes, this is how it looks. And you can see how crispy the ragi neer dosa is. Fold it carefully into half and then again fold it into half. And repeat the same process with the rest of the batter. You will get 2 crispy neer dosa with this batter. Serve the instant finger millet dosa with your favorite chutney and homemade pickle for that extra probiotics. Today I am serving curry leaves coconut chutney. Recipe link will be updated below this video. And guys, a couple of days back I had shared how to make crispy ragi dosa, the fermented version actually. So do check the recipe. Links will be updated below this video. Today I am sharing a healthy instant rice-free quinoa dosa along with an onion chutney recipe. This is a great meal option for those with health issues like thyroid, PCOS and diabetes. This gluten-free dosa can be made instantly and requires no fermentation. Super easy to make in those busy mornings if you have some soaked quinoa at hand. For those who are new to quinoa, quinoa is a seed grain. It's gluten-free and contains all the 9 essential amino acids. It's also an excellent source of protein for vegetarians. Please do check my quinoa recipes and my videos on the health benefits of quinoa to understand more. Links will be updated at the end card, which is at the end of the video. So let's get started with the recipe. I have already soaked 1 cup of quinoa for about 2 hours. Now, if you plan to make this for breakfast, you can soak it overnight. This is an ideal dinner meal option too. So just make sure that you soak it for at least 2 hours. Now, before you soak the quinoa, rinse it a couple of times and discard that water and then soak it again in water. Rinsing the quinoa is highly recommended as it contains a natural coating called saponin, which gives a bitter taste to unwashed quinoa. Now the main ingredient in this recipe is cucumber, and the one I'm using is Indian variety cucumber. I personally don't like to use the skin of the cucumbers, so I'm peeling off the skin and roughly chopping the cucumber into my blender. Add in 1 green chilli, a small piece of ginger, 5 shallots, 3 tablespoons grated coconut, pink Himalayan salt as needed, 1/4 teaspoon turmeric powder, 1/4 teaspoon freshly ground black pepper powder. Black pepper helps in the assimilation of turmeric faster into your body, so do not skip it. Add in half teaspoon jeera, also known as cumin seeds, and lastly add in the soaked and rinsed quinoa. You don't need to add any extra water as the water content in the cucumber is enough to help grind the ingredients. And for this reason you should add the cucumber first. Now blend until everything is nicely ground and pour the ground dosa batter into a bowl. The consistency of the batter is neither too thick nor too thin. Now you can add water to adjust the consistency of the batter if needed. The best thing about this quinoa dosa batter is that it can be prepared ahead and stored in the fridge for a couple of days. Now to make the onion chutney, I am heating my cast iron pan and I am adding in 1 teaspoon virgin coconut oil. Coat the pan with the oil, and once the oil is heated, add in 10 garlic cloves, 15 shallots, 5 whole red chilies. You can increase or decrease red chilies to suit your taste. Now give this all a mix and remember to keep the flame on the lowest. Add in 2 sprigs of curry leaves for that extra iron and folate. Mix well, and once the onion starts to become transparent, add in a small piece of tamarind. Mix well, and lastly add in pink Himalayan salt as needed. Mix everything well and then turn off the flame. Allow it to cool down and then transfer it to a chutney grinder and blend it well, and then transfer the chutney to a bowl. Now clean the same pan with a paper napkin and then heat the cast iron pan with half teaspoon virgin coconut oil. Once the oil is heated, add in a fat pinch of methi seeds, 1/3 teaspoon mustard seeds, 1/3 teaspoon urad dal, a sprig of curry leaves, and mix everything well, and once it starts to splutter, turn off the flame and pour the tadka over the chutney. And the onion chutney is now ready to serve. I prefer to use shallots and curry leaves as they are rich in iron and folate. However, you can use onion instead of shallots. Now let's make the instant quinoa dosa. Heat a cast iron pan and grease it with gingerly oil. Reduce the flame to the lowest and pour in 1½ ladleful of the dosa batter and spread it out into a round circle. Cover and let it cook on low flame. Open the lid and drizzle in about 1/4 teaspoon virgin coconut oil. Now instead of virgin coconut oil, you can also use desi ghee. I'm using organic virgin coconut oil. To know more about the health benefits of virgin coconut oil, please check my videos on it. Now flip the dosa over and allow that side to get cooked for about a minute. Remember, cast iron pan retains more heat, so keep the flame on lowest. Once done, serve the dosa to a plate and enjoy with onion and garlic chutney. A healthy, gluten-free dosa, perfect as a meal for breakfast, lunch or dinner. So guys, do try this instant quinoa dosa recipe and let me know how this turned out. Don't forget to like, comment and share this video with family and friends. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care. Bye bye. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for another what I eat in a day video. A full day of eating healthy, and the idea of sharing this video is to give you an idea of how a full day healthy, filling and nutrient dense meals should be. And I'm sure the meals will help you to eat healthy and also give you an idea how to balance your meals. All the recipes I'm sharing are easy to make and super healthy and perfect to include in your weight loss journey for you, your spouse and for your kids. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name is Nisha Homi and I create healthy and nutrient dense recipes for weight loss. Subscribe to my channel if you're on a weight loss journey, and also if you're trying to change your lifestyle. So don't forget to click the bell icon so that you can get notified on your phone when I upload a new video. So without much ado, let's jump right into the video. I started off my day with soaked and peeled almonds and a glass of water, and those of you who follow me on Insta might have noticed that sometimes I do start my day with seasonal fruits too. So make sure you follow me on Insta so that we can stay connected and I can help you with meal ideas, tips and suggestions. For breakfast, I had an oats egg omelette, or rather you can call it as oats egg paratha. It's made with oats roti without any wheat flour or any millets, just wholesome fiber-rich oats, eggs and some vegetables. This oats roti is one of my favorite these days. Of late I'm a little bored with having oats porridge and masala oats, and believe me guys, these oats rotis or oats flatbread are a lifesaver. They're perfect with any Indian side dishes and I enjoy them even with non-veg meals. I have already shared how to make oats roti. The links will be updated below this video. Now to make this super filling oats egg omelette or rather oats egg paratha, I'm using 2 oats rotis which I made without wheat flour or any oil. I have already grated 1 small carrot, 1/4 of a capsicum chopped, 1/4 of an onion chopped and 1 green chilli chopped. Now into a bowl I have already added 1 whole egg, and if you are having this as a post-workout meal, add 1 egg white too. Now into that add in 1/4 teaspoon pink Himalayan salt, chopped green chilies, chopped onion, and I'm just lightly whisking this up with a fork. Then add in the chopped capsicum and the grated carrot. Mix well again and keep this aside. I'm using 2 oats roti for this recipe. Now heat an iron tawa or a pan and add in 1/4 teaspoon desi ghee, and make sure that the ghee is spread all over the pan. Remember, I'm using a well seasoned cast iron pan and the surface is non-sticky. And guys, always try to cook at least 1 meal in an iron cookware for better iron absorption. Now once the ghee is heated, reduce the flame to the lowest and then take a ladleful of the egg mix and pour it into the pan and lightly spread it out. Now place the gluten-free oats roti on top of it and press it down with a spatula. Remember, the flame is on the lowest. Now allow the eggs to get cooked and then slowly flip it over and allow the roti to get heated up for about 30 seconds and then serve the oats egg omelette paratha to a serving plate. Super quick, healthy, filling breakfast which can be served to the whole family. Repeat the same process with the rest of the egg mixture, and for this recipe I am using only a total of half teaspoon desi ghee. Ghee helps in the assimilation of vitamins and minerals, especially vitamin D. I have already made a detailed video on the health benefits of ghee and how to make desi ghee at home. Links will be updated below this video. And lastly, you can sprinkle in black pepper powder and serve this delicious, super healthy and filling oats egg paratha for breakfast. This filling meal can also be had as a meal for lunch or dinner. You can just fold it into half and carry this to work as a meal for lunch. Super healthy meal on the go. So after this filling breakfast, I did not feel like having a mid-morning snack, but I did make sure I had plenty of water all through the day. For lunch, I'm making a simple South Indian style curry with green gram and yam, which is also known as chena erusheri in Malayalam. And for that, I have already pressure cooked 1/4 cup of soaked green moong dal and then removed them to a plate. And into the same pressure cooker, I added half kg chopped yam, added enough water to help it cook along with half teaspoon turmeric powder and 1 teaspoon pink Himalayan salt, and pressure cooked for 4 to 5 whistles. While the yam is pressure cooking, into my chutney grinder, I'm adding in 4 handfuls of grated coconut, 5 shallots, 2 green chilies, a sprig of curry leaves for that extra iron and folate, 1/4 teaspoon jeera, half teaspoon turmeric powder and little water to help it grind. And once ground, this is how it looks. Okay, now the yams are cooked and I'm just mashing it up, and once it is nicely mashed, add in the cooked green gram, about 2 cups of water and the ground coconut masala. Now allow it to come to a boil on low flame. Heat another kadai with 1 tablespoon coconut oil, and once the oil is heated, add in half teaspoon mustard seeds, and once it splutters, add in 3 sliced shallots, also known as cherry in Malayalam. Add in 3 whole red chilies which I have broken into 2, about 1 tablespoon grated coconut, and mix well. Allow the coconut to change color and add in a sprig of curry leaves. Once everything is light golden brown in color, pour the tadka over the yam curry and mix well. Super tasty yam curry is ready to serve. I made this curry for the whole family and I served it with 1 whole wheat roti without any added ghee, as the curry had sufficient coconut in the form of healthy fats. I also had some mango pickle for that extra gut-friendly probiotics. And guys, I have already shared how to make mango pickle the traditional way. Links will be updated below this video. Evening is the time I feel hungry the most these days. Do you feel the same? Comment below and let me know if you also feel the same so that I can make some healthy evening snacks for you. And I made this super healthy, refined sugar-free chocolate oats muffins to have with my masala chai. And guys, I just have to let you know that these guilt-free muffins were the best. You just need to try them out. Kids gonna love it and they won't even know there is oats and whole wheat flour in it. And by the way guys, to know how I make my whole wheat flour, please do check my video on gluten if you haven't watched it already. So let me show you how I made this chocolate studded healthy oats muffin, which is so gooey and chocolatey and super yum. These muffins are super easy to make and without any added preservatives, additives, refined flour or refined sugar. Now into a bowl, I have already added 1 whole egg and 1 egg white. I'm not that perfect when it comes to breaking eggs. Okay, add in 3 tablespoons coconut sugar. I have already shared a video on the health benefits of coconut sugar. If you wish to know more on that, the links will be updated below this video. Add in 2 tablespoons virgin coconut oil. You can also check my video on how to make virgin coconut oil at home. Add in 2 tablespoons milk. Now if you want to make this dairy free, use coconut milk or even almond milk. Recipe links will be updated below this video. Add in 2 to 3 drops of vanilla essence. Now mix all this well and allow the coconut sugar to get dissolved. And once it is nicely mixed, keep this aside. Into another bowl, add in half cup whole wheat flour, half cup gluten-free rolled oats, 1/4 cup chopped cashew nuts, or you can use almonds or walnuts or even peanuts. Add in 1/4 cup chopped dark chocolate, or you can use dairy-free chocolate chips, 1/4 teaspoon baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon powder. Now give this all a mix. So what this basically does is all the dry fruit, chocolate, oats, etc. will be coated in the wheat flour, which will prevent it from sinking to the bottom once the muffins are baked. So do not skip this process. Now pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients and lightly mix this, and once mixed, you can see that the batter is slightly thick. So I'm just adding in about 1 tablespoon milk or so to make the batter get in the right consistency. I'm using a muffin tray, and since I ran out of cupcake linings, I'm using some butter paper, also known as parchment paper. I have sliced into equal rectangles and I'm just placing the butter paper in the mold like I'm showing in the video. And to help pour the batter, I am using an ice cream scoop which I have greased with coconut oil. I'm using only 1 scoop for each muffin. Repeat the same with the rest of the muffins, and I got a total of 6 muffins, and I'm sprinkling some more dark chocolates on top for that extra chocolatey flavor. Now bake this in a preheated oven for about 18 to 20 minutes or until done. Once baked, allow it to cool down for about 10 to 15 minutes and then serve. And guys, this was so good and perfectly baked. And you won't even guess there is oats and wheat flour in this super healthy, tasty chocolate oats muffins. You got to try this, guys. I enjoyed these muffins with my evening tea and it was so good. Dinner is this bowl of high protein vegetable salad. Into a bowl, I have already added 1 cup cooked chana and 2 tablespoons boiled green gram. I also chopped 1 cucumber, half onion, 1 grated carrot and 1 tomato. Now into the bowl, add in the tomato, carrot, cucumber and onion. And into that, I am adding in some salt, 1 tablespoon chopped green chilli, 1 tablespoon chopped coriander leaves, and squeeze in half a lemon. And for some gut-friendly probiotics, I am adding in 1.5 tablespoon homemade coconut vinegar. Yes, I know many of you requested for the recipe. I will try to share it as soon as possible. Instead of coconut vinegar, you can use apple cider vinegar, but make sure you use the apple cider vinegar which has the mother, and also try not to use synthetic vinegar for this recipe. Now mix all this well. I did not use any healthy fats like virgin coconut oil or olive oil in this salad, as I had my quota of fats in the evening muffin snack. And guys, a healthy meal is all about portion control and balancing the meals to meet your daily calorie and nutrient requirements. Serve the salad to a bowl, and I enjoyed this meal very much. So guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, do give a big thumbs up, and don't forget to like, comment and share this video with family and friends. And do let me know if you would like to see more such videos. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care. Bye bye. Hey guys, I'm Nisha Homi and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm sharing 5 healthy Jowar recipes which you can include in your weight loss journey. So without wasting much time, let's get started with the recipes. The first recipe is a very filling and protein rich Jowar dal roti which you can easily make with leftover dal curry. Into a bowl, I'm adding in half cup of leftover palak dal. Add in 1 cup jawar atta, 1/4 teaspoon pink Himalayan salt. Now there is already salt in the dal, so add salt accordingly. Half teaspoon ajwain. Lightly crush and add the ajwain. Now mix the jawar atta and dal into a soft dough. You may need to sprinkle in little water if needed. Divide the dough into 3 equal portions and place the dough onto a wet cotton cloth, and with wet hands flatten it out onto a round circle. You may need to sprinkle in little water to help it to flatten out. And once it is nicely flattened out, level the top. Place it onto the hot tawa roti side down, and after 20 to 30 seconds peel off the cotton cloth. Repeat the same with the rest of the dough. Sprinkle some water on top of the roti. Remember, the flame is on the lowest. And flip it over. Drizzle in a little bit of desi ghee, about 1/4 teaspoon, and then flip the roti over. Drizzle some more desi ghee and allow the roti to get cooked on both sides. Once done, transfer to a plate and repeat the same with the rest of the rotis. This quick and easy protein-rich meal can be enjoyed with homemade pickle or any side dish of your choice. And today I'm showing you another quick and easy way to make gluten-free jawar roti. Making jawar roti can be a little difficult, especially if you are a beginner in cooking. So in today's recipe, I'm showing a very easy method to make jawar roti, and there is no need to use a rolling pin or hot water to knead the dough. Super easy and quick way to make healthy jawar roti, which is high in fiber, helps in weight loss, rich source of protein. It's gluten free and packed with essential minerals and vitamins. Jawar roti is an excellent meal option for managing diabetes. I have already shared 3 ways to make a jawar roti along with its health benefits. The links will be updated below this video, so please do check it out. And guys, I have recently started being active on Instagram. So do follow me there for daily updates and to know what is happening in my life. So without much ado, let's get started with the recipe. To make easy and quick jawar roti, I'm using half cup jawar flour. Into that I'm adding in little salt and lightly mix it up. And now I'm adding in room temperature water. The water is not warm or hot, it is just plain room temperature water. I have measured half cup water and I'm adding in little by little. I have used only 1/4 cup of water. Now with wet hands knead the jawar atta into a really smooth dough. Now divide the dough into 2. Now wet a cotton cloth and then squeeze out the water and place the cotton cloth on the work surface and place 1 jawar dough on it and flatten it out with your fingers. Make sure your fingers are wet, so you need to dip your fingers in water on and off. Now to shape this, I'm just folding the end of the napkin or cloth and then pressing it out. Just press it out into a circle. So you don't need any rolling pin or chapati press. So just press it out as much as possible. And now all you have to do is just take this and place it on the hot tawa. I have already heated my iron tawa and I'm just placing the jawar roti on the tawa, and then very gently remove the cloth. Dip the cloth in water and press over the jawar roti. And once the water has evaporated, slowly flip it over. And let it cook on low flame. Now let's flip this over. Drizzle in 1/4 teaspoon desi ghee for better absorption of all the vitamins and minerals in this jawar roti. And now the roti has started to puff up. And it's ready to serve. One cup of jawar has 22 grams of protein, and it is also rich in iron and vitamin B1. It helps to control blood sugar levels and helps to maintain calcium levels in your body. So always try to include seasonal grains like jawar in your diet. Jawar helps to cool your body naturally, so it's a must-have in your diet in the summer. Jawar roti is rich in vitamin B1, iron and fiber. A healthy roti in your weight loss journey. So let's get started with the recipe. I bought jawar flour locally here in Calicut. You can also get it online. Now into a bowl I'm adding in 1 cup of jawar flour, 1/4 cup whole wheat flour, pink Himalayan salt as needed, and I'm mixing this really well with my fingers. And then I'm adding in 3/4 cup hot boiling water, and with a wooden spoon mix this really well and knead the dough into a smooth dough. Now take a small dough and knead it again and flatten it and coat it with whole wheat flour. Roll it out into a round roti. Since the jawar does not contain any gluten, it is slightly difficult to roll it out into a neat round shape, especially on the sides. So I am pressing it with the rim of a steel tiffin box to give it a nice round shape, and remove the extra dough from the sides and use it to make another roti. Place the roti onto a hot cast iron tawa, and once small bubbles starts to come, flip it over, and after about 30 seconds flip it again. Press down with a spatula, and once the roti is cooked it will start to puff up. Drizzle in 1/4 teaspoon of desi ghee for better assimilation of vitamins and minerals. Once cooked, transfer to a plate and repeat the same process with the rest of the dough. Today I am sharing a healthy and fiber-rich masala jawar roti recipe. It's a perfect filling meal for breakfast, lunch or dinner in your weight loss journey. So without wasting much time, let's get started with the recipe. To make masala jawar roti, I am using jawar flour. I have already chopped half onion, 2 green chilies. Green chilies you can increase or decrease to suit your taste, but make sure you chop it really finely. 1 medium-sized carrot which I have grated, and 1 medium-sized grated cucumber. I have also chopped finely a handful of methi leaves, also known as fenugreek leaves. Now instead of methi leaves, you can use any seasonal green leafy vegetable of your choice. Into a large bowl, I'm adding in the chopped methi leaves. So this is about 2 handful of chopped methi leaves. Add in the grated cucumber, chopped green chilies, finely chopped onion. This is half of an onion, and 1 grated carrot. Into this I'm adding in pink Himalayan salt as needed. Add in 1/3 teaspoon ajwain, crushing it with my hands to release the flavor. 1/4 teaspoon jeera, also known as cumin seeds. 1/4 teaspoon roasted jeera powder, also known as cumin powder. Half teaspoon turmeric powder. I'm crushing about 8 to 10 peppercorns. So it's about half a teaspoon of black pepper powder. Always try to use freshly ground black pepper powder in your recipes. So I'm adding in the freshly ground black pepper powder. Now black pepper helps to assimilate turmeric faster into your body. So whenever you're using turmeric, always make sure that you add in a little bit of black pepper powder. Now I'm just going to mix this up with my hand. As you can see, some water is being released out. So you need very less water to mix in the jowar flour. Now into this I'm adding in 1 cup of jowar flour. Like I mentioned before, I bought this jowar flour locally. You can also get jowar flour online. So I'm adding in 1 cup of jowar flour. I've already heated some water. So I'm adding in about 1/4 cup of hot water into this. And with a spoon I'm just mixing this up. Now this is a very filling meal which you can have for breakfast, lunch or dinner. I'm just going to mix this with my hand. Okay, now I have mixed this up, and as you can see the dough is of spreadable consistency. It should neither be too thick nor too thin. You should be able to spread it out with your fingers. To make the roti I'm using a wet cotton napkin. And now I'm taking a handful of the jowar masala dough and I'm placing it onto the wet napkin and flattening it out with my fingers into a round shape. And in between I'm dipping my finger in water so that it is much easier to spread and the dough does not stick to your fingers. So now I have flattened it into a round circle. I have already heated my cast iron tawa and I'm greasing it with gingerly oil. Place the cotton cloth roti side down onto the hot tawa and just wait for a couple of seconds and slowly remove the napkin and allow this to cook on low flame. While that is getting cooked, let's make one more jowar roti. You will get 4 masala jowar roti with this recipe. I'm just sprinkling in some water over the roti just to make it soft. This will help to make the roti soft. And as you can see, my cast iron tawa is well seasoned, so the roti does not get stick to the tawa, and you don't actually need any extra oil also. And allow this side also to get cooked on low flame. Now flip it over. Drizzle in a little bit of desi ghee, about 1/4 teaspoon. Once done, remove to a plate. Repeat the same thing with the rest of the dough. Make sure your pan is well seasoned, else the dough will stick to the tawa. And then slowly pull off the napkin. You can serve masala jowar roti with curd raita or pickle or any side dish of your choice. A super healthy gluten-free aloo roti made with jowar atta. The high fiber in jowar helps to keep you feel satiated for a longer time and thus it helps in weight loss. So let's get started with the recipe. Now into my pressure cooker I have added half kg potatoes and some water. Now make some slits with a knife on the potatoes and pressure cook for 5 to 6 whistles and allow the cooker to depressurize by itself. Once the pressure is released, remove the cooked potatoes and peel them and then add it into a bowl. Add in half teaspoon pink Himalayan salt or as needed and then mash the warm potatoes with a fork. Add in 2 cups jowar flour. The potatoes are slightly warm and into that add in half teaspoon ajwain. Just crush lightly before adding. A handful of chopped coriander leaves, half teaspoon turmeric powder, 1/4 teaspoon freshly ground black pepper powder. Now black pepper powder helps to absorb turmeric faster into your body, so do not skip it. Add in half teaspoon roasted jeera powder, 1/4 teaspoon coriander powder, 1 teaspoon Kashmiri chili powder. Now if you're using ordinary chili powder, reduce by half. 3/4 teaspoon amchur powder, also known as dry mango powder. Add in 1 heaped teaspoon moringa powder. Moringa is a powerhouse of nutrients. It's rich in vitamin A, C and E. It helps in lipid metabolism, helps to balance sugar levels. It has anti-cancer properties. It helps to balance hormones. It's rich in iron and calcium. So a must-have in your diet if you have iron and calcium deficiencies. I have already shared many moringa recipes along with its health benefits. Do check them out to know more about the latest studies on moringa. And in 1 teaspoon desi ghee. Now these days I prefer to use A2 desi ghee. Remember that healthy fats like desi ghee helps in the absorption of vitamins like A, K, E and D. So do not skip it. Mix all this with a fork and then mix it with your hand. I forgot to add in some green chilies, so I'm adding in 5 piri piri green chilies, also known as kandari molaga in Malayalam. These are very spicy, so adjust chilies to suit your taste. Chop the chilies finely and add it into the mix. And again mix everything really well by sprinkling in little water, and once it forms into a soft dough, it's ready to make rotis. Take a large lemon-sized dough and roll it into a ball. Dust some Jowar flour onto the work surface and place the dough on it and flatten it out. Then lightly roll it out without giving much pressure. Make sure you sprinkle enough Jowar flour to prevent it from sticking. Once it is flattened out into a round shape, shape the ends with your fingers and dust off excess flour and carefully place it on the hot tawa. Reduce the flame to the lowest and after about 30 to 40 seconds, flip it over carefully, and again after 40 to 50 seconds, flip it over, drizzle in half teaspoon desi ghee on each side and cook the roti on both sides. Once the aloo roti is cooked well, remove from the tawa. Repeat the same process with the rest of the dough and enjoy this healthy, gluten-free, high-fiber aloo roti with pickle or any side dish of your choice. Today I am serving the aloo roti with beetroot sabji and homemade pickle. And you can see how soft the roti is once it has cooled down. You can carry this to work as a lunchbox meal and enjoy a filling meal. Once all the rotis are done, keep it wrapped in a cotton cloth so that the roti stays soft. So guys, do try this healthy Jowar aloo roti and let me know how it turned out. Don't forget to like, comment and share this video with family and friends. Thank you for watching and until next time, take care. Bye-bye.